Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 7 of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team showdown, competitive play, whatever the case may be. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily my team content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So, first team today comes in from my boy Trendy. He's got 300,000 plus MT. Says he is going to get Jalen Green from the win streaker award as well, and level 40 Halliburton, and he wants to know how he can improve his team. So I will say both Jalen Green, especially with D-badges added, and Halliburton are both big upgrades to your point guard position. I think those two guys can run your point guard and you will be totally fine. I like KCP. I still think T-Mac's super solid. Moses is very good. Wilt, if you can sell him, I would, and it doesn't show him as unsellable, so I would definitely sell Wilt, because it's not that Wilt's a bad card. He's certainly not. I just think that overall there's enough good cards at the center position that a guy like Wilt, who's as expensive as he is and can't shoot the ball at all, to me isn't really worth running. Like, I would run Moses at the 5. I would probably run, looking at this team, I think what I would do is I would run Tyrese and Jalen Green as your point guards. Shooting guards probably would be KCP and then Doug West, because he's affordable and he's really good, especially if you can find a badged out version. Small forwards could be T-Mac, and then who's a good backup small forward? I guess Trevor Ariza for the time being is probably a good option. Power forwards can be Obi Toppin and Sharif, and then centers can be Moses Malone, and probably would pick up another center. Maybe you go Ronnie Cycli. He's a lot cheaper than Wilt. I think he's very good as well. That's probably like the team that I would do right now, just because that's going to not really spend a lot of MT building that team, because the only cards you're buying are Trevor Ariza and Ronnie Cycli. And so I think that realistically, you're actually going to save MT. You're going to have a better team, and selling Wilt, you're going to save MT. And so once you finish Tyrese, once you get that Jalen Green, and I think your team's going to look super solid, and you're probably going to be sitting at close to 400,000 or 500,000 MT as well, with a better 10-man lineup and more MT flexibility going into future drops, which is really a nice place to be. Second squad today comes in from my boy Cooper. He's got 700,000 MT. Says Embiid has legend rebound chaser. I think he's selling his Embiid, though, if I remember correctly. I saw a tweet this morning. He is. Yes, he's selling his Embiid. All right, so he does not have Embiid anymore then, and that means he'll probably have more like 1.7 million MT once he sells that Embiid, because with Legend Rebound Chaser, he should sell for a lot. Halliburton and Reggie Theus. I don't actually think that Reggie Theus is very good from what I have seen, but if you like him, keep him. If not, you could consider upgrading him to maybe like a DeJounte Murray or something, because I think DeJounte's probably better overall. T-Mac and Grant Hill is fine. Joe Smith, LaFonso Ellis is very good. Willis Reed and Kmart, pretty darn good as well. If you need a center, I'd probably get Jaren, to be honest. I think I would go Jaren and have Jaren and Chet as your centers. Willis and Kmart as your 4s is fine. I might sell Willis and get, Kmart and get Al Harrington. I think that's a swap for me. I just like Al Harrington's shooting ability better, but if you like Kmart's versatility a little more, that is totally fine as well. But probably Jaren be the one guy I'd buy, and you're still going to be over 1 million MT after buying Jaren, which gives you a lot of MT flexibility for future drops. So Jaren and maybe DeJounte would be the upgrades for this team. Inclusive, there you go. Has 300,000 MT, says he pulled DeJounte Murray. Does that mean he has DeJounte Murray in this team, or he sold DeJounte? I don't really know. Because if you have DeJounte, then you could run DeJounte. I guess, well, you have Jamal and Victor Oladipo, so you probably should sell DeJounte then, because you have 2 unsellable good point guards. T-Mac and Vince is fine, but Vince isn't amazing. AK and Sharif, not bad. Cat, I don't love this Aaron Gordon. Ronnie Cycli, and then Anthony Davis. I don't love Aaron Gordon or AD at this point. I think those would be the spots to upgrade. For me personally, what I'd be doing, you're only level 11. Try to grind out some levels, use your double XP tokens, get to level 20 so that you can have Obi Toppin, because he's just better than Aaron Gordon. I'd probably run Cat backup 5, run Aaron Gordon as your, Obi Toppin as your backup 4, and then buy a power forward, I should say. I'm sorry. And that power forward that I'd buy realistically is probably Al Harrington or Kenyon Martin again. I think value-wise, those are going to be the best options. So one of those two guys would be the power forward I'd buy. And then I would also grind out Domination. It's the best for grinding levels, by the way, as well. So if you're trying to level up towards Obi Toppin, Domination's the place to be. And if you could get Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he'd be a big upgrade over Vince, and Domination will make you a lot of MT as well. So that would be a very, very nice spot to grind. And then a small forward to potentially consider if you wanted to buy a more expensive one. A guy like Andrew Wiggins is really good. A cheaper small forward might be somebody like Trevor Ariza. Fourth team today comes in from 1003. He's got 153 KMT. Thought about getting Lowry for his backup point guard and selling Parker. I don't think I'd buy Lowry because this Tyrese plays exactly the same pretty much as level 40 Tyrese, just very slightly worse. So I would just rock with Tyrese until you get level 40, honestly, at least right now. T-Mac and Anthony Parker is fine. Again, once you get KCP, I think that he replaces Anthony Parker. That'll save you some MT, and KCP is better, in my opinion, than Parker is as well. AK and Ariza is fine. Harrington, and then you got Draymond here. I would sell Draymond, and honestly, I would sell Jamal Magloire as well. Sell both those guys. You're going to get another 100,000+ MT. You can buy a center, which would be probably a good guy to consider would be, I mean, you could either get the Pro Pass and get Cat, or you could get Ronnie Cycli, or you could get both, Ronnie Cycli and Cat. And then Charles Smith can play your backup power forward. I've heard he's a pretty darn good card, so I'd run him over Draymond. And then you can buy Ronnie Cycli, maybe get Cat, or just get Cat, or just get Cycli, one of the two. And that's probably where I would go from there. And you'll probably still have a pretty good chunk of MT, because I think selling Magloire and Draymond should get you enough MT to get Cat, to get Ronnie and more pretty easily. So you should probably be up on MT from where you are right now, actually, which is a decent spot to be. Cal Real Solid has over 1.3 million MT no-bot players. Should I pick up somebody? One thing I will say about a team like this team goes to show right here the type of squad you can build without spending money or buying cards or anything. I'm almost certain this is a no money spent team, and this is a squad where he's gotten a couple of decent unsellable pulls. I mean, Jay Rich, Jack Marin, Austin Reeves, all good unsellable cards, but this is a good team, and it's a good squad with no money spent and a ton of MT flexibility. If I was going to buy one card for this team, I know he is very expensive, but the one, you know what? I take it back. You don't probably want to spend 500,000 MT on a card, or 400,000 MT, or 350, or whatever it is. Jaren would be a good option, but I don't think you need him. What I would do realistically is I would move Cat to your backup 5, and I would buy Al Harrington. That's just to upgrade over Anthony Davis. And put Harrington as your starting 4, Cat backup 5. And outside of that, I think I would leave it for right now, because this squad is good enough as is to where you don't need to be spending a lot of MT to upgrade it, and you can continue to stack that MT until you want to get a card that you really, really want to buy. And I like the way this squad is looking. This is how you run a no money spent team this year, and I think this is a great, very good example of how to do that effectively. Last squad today comes in from What the Fred. Says he hasn't done the all-time or new Dom yet, but he has 50k MT in his auction house, and he wants to upgrade his bench. Here's the thing. When I look at this squad, dude, you got an okay team, but your backups 4 and 5 aren't good. And Paul George is super expensive. I get that it looks like he was a lucky pull for you, an original owner of Paul George, but this is a card you should sell. Quite simply because, bro, I mean, he's freaking 600-700 KMT. It's so much MT for a team that has no MT. And that will give you the MT to go get an Al Harrington, to go get, honestly, here's what I would do. I would sell Paul George. I would go grind the new Domination, so you get KCP, and you can run him as your shooting guard. And then you move Cat to the 5, and you buy Al Harrington at the 4, and you run Obi Toppin off the bench as your 4. The only card you're buying is Al Harrington. You're grinding Domination for KCP as well as for Obi Toppin, leveling up while you finish Domination. You're probably, by the end of that, going to have 700,000 MT, and your team is as good, if not better, because you got a better bench at that point as well. So the only cards I would buy are Al Harrington, and then I would grind for Obi Toppin and KCP, and your team will be fine. And you will have so much more MT for future drops, which is going to be a great spot to be. So with that being said, that's the last squad for today's video. Hopefully I helped y'all out. If so, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.